I'm Doug Barnett from Newbury Park, California. I got into mountain biking back when I was still riding motocross. It was a good way to cross-train. Ended up being kind of what I transitioned into. It was easier to get to the trails. There's awesome trails right out of the backyard, and really found a love for it. And now it's pretty much my whole life. All my friends are mountain bikers. I work in a mountain bike magazine. Used to work at a bike shop. So the whole team came about. Chris and I both in our jobs had a lot of free time, so we ended up hanging out a lot together and riding during the week. And our whole group of friends, we'd go on these big rides and just loved hanging out with each other, and that became more fun than anything else in the sport, whether it was racing road races or whatever. So we started hanging out. We'd go to dinner every week. We actually would call it team dinner, and we didn't have a team at that point, but we still called it team dinner, and ironically ended up turning into a team after that. So now it's an official team dinner, I guess you could say. I worked at the Newbury Park bike shop before, and we'd all kind of congregate there during the day. Even when I was working, everyone would come in, we'd have fun hangout sessions with everyone there, and we ended up getting the owners there involved with our little crew, and we really have a good community there, and they were stoked to get involved with the team, and really been a good time working with them through the whole process, and it's more of a big family than a team, really. So really with where we ride and everything, it's one of those things where we're always finding new places, even when we think we found every spot and get a little bored with something. There's always new ways to ride the trails. There's always new trails to find. So it's one of those things where part of the adventure is really getting out there and exploring the trails, and that's really a good counterpart to the racing side of things. Cause it's like going on adventures with your buddies is like just a childhood dream. You just go out and get lost almost. You find your way home and you have stories about it later, and that's what you talk about at team dinner. So that's what keeps us laughing all year long and keeps us having fun.
Cory Newer, Camarillo, California. Yeah, this team's really cool. It's a good group of friends. And the team came together and we got a lot of support. Newbury Park Bike Shop, Cannondale, Muscle Milk. It's been a really cool experience. I took a long break from mountain biking. I raced a lot, and then I took an 8-year break and came back, and I've been riding back on mountain bikes just about a year now. And it's been a fun experience. Getting the scalpel is, words can't even describe how much I enjoy riding that bike. It climbs unbelievable, it rolls really well, and the biggest surprise to me is how good it downhills. It's pretty funny out in our local trails. There's a lot of guys up there on 6-inch bikes and enduro bikes and stuff, and we all go whizzing by on our bikes, on our cross-country bikes, really going fast, and bike handles really well. It's just pure joy to ride. It's a fantastic bike. Going into this year, I thought I knew a lot about training and what it takes, and I started working with a trainer named Michael Johnson, and he's completely changed my whole view on how you train and the proper things to do. And being a part of Muscle Milk now, the Muscle Milk stuff, I used to never drink protein drinks or any of that, and this has really been a huge help for me as far as working with a trainer and the supplements and how to use them correctly. I never did that in the past, ever. I never had a training program or plan or any of that. Not that I have one now. It's a little fly-by-night still, but it's been a huge help in my riding. I've seen huge gains, and all that's a big tribute to this team. It came from that. I met Michael Johnson through Layton, and it's helped a lot.
What up? I'm the BH, also known as Brandon Hagy, born and bred Dana Point, California. I am an athlete on the Newbury Park Bike Shop mountain bike team, sponsored by Muscle Milk, Cannondale, Enve, Caset, and Oakley. This really all started about a year ago for me. I basically was introduced to cycling and mountain biking, and from there I pretty much fell in love with the sport. What it means to be a part of this team is fellowship. I have a great relationship with all of these guys, all my teammates. It's a great time for me. It's a hobby. Like I said, it's something I do for fun. I really enjoy just being a part of something as a whole, as a group, and being competitive. I just really enjoy hanging out with my friends.
Matt Armstrong, Newbury Park, California. So this whole team kind of got together, just a bunch of us riding, all good friends. Chris, Layton, and I would always joke about, hey, let's do a team. Let's go racing. My background is motocross. I grew up riding motocross, and when I was younger, I actually did race BMX and stuff. But motocross was my passion. I got to go all the way up to Supercross ranks. I did all the West Coast 125 stuff, 250F, and then I stopped racing in 2006. What I think about this team is, I think the success that we have is we're all good friends. We all ride together. Before this whole thing happened, we're good friends, and we train together and have fun and go out to dinner. And having guys like Chris and Cory and Nick and Doug and everybody on the team, BH, Brody, it's pretty cool, you know, just to hang out with your buddies, go to the races, have a good time, and I think we all motivate each other and push each other even further and further. Just having all of us being such good friends and pushing each other, it's just, the results really show from having that support from each other. It's great.
Chris Layton, Newbury Park, California. Grew up riding bicycles my whole life, BMX, mountain bikes, road bikes, and had a concept of why not having all my friends on one team so we can all train together, ride together, and race together. Came up with this concept last summer while I was away working, and thought that let's make a good team that's fun, it's got all my buddies in it, and we'll just have a good time. Not so much the stress of racing, but racing for fun with your friends. And it took a while for it to come to fruition, but I had a meeting with my buddy Ben, the owner of Newbury Park Bike Shop, and we just put some things together on paper, and next thing you know, the team evolved. So once we got our Cannondale scalpels, everyone was super excited, as we should be. The bike's amazing, and it just brought us all really closer together than we thought, because we all had these new awesome bikes. So we went out and did more training. We're all riding together, having a great time, and preparing for what was our first big season at the US Cup mountain bike races, and just making a big group effort. Everyone going to the race, everyone's on the same bikes, everyone's wearing the same gear, and we kind of came in with a big presence of, like, maybe it was our first time, but people were taking notice of how we looked. Our gear was looking sweet. You know, all of our gear, like our helmets, our glasses, everything was the same. Our bikes were the same. It just looked legit, looked factory for a grassroots team, and we were there to do some racing. So we actually have some pretty good plans for the future of our team. We've got a lot of inquiries about guys wanting to join our team. We've already have our eye on a few key riders that we want to join the team. We want to keep it still a fun grassroots team, but we're still bringing in a good presence now to the races, and we've been doing well. We've been doing some podiums. So we want to bring in some good guys that are going to continue to be a part of our crew, have fun, we all get along, but yeah, guys are going to be on the podium and representing our team as a force on the mountain bike circuit. So I just want to say thanks to all our sponsors. It's been an incredible first year go at this. We've had a great time. We've all been super excited about everything that's happened, from the racing to just the camaraderie that it's brought, and we hope to continue our relationship with our sponsors in the future, maybe even bring in new sponsors and just see what this thing can do.
I am a specimen. I am the BH.
Oh, Jesus.